Book of Leviticus. The third book of the Old Testament is really a continuation of the book of Exodus and the story of the Israelites and those who traveled with them as they journeyed through the wilderness. When we left off in Exodus, the work of the tent tabernacle is finally finished. Aaron and his sons were bathed, and Aaron was vested in priestly garments, anointed and consecrated as priest. The sons of Aaron were also vested and anointed and consecrated as priests. Then the tabernacle was filled with the glory of God as a cloud. Whenever the cloud ascended, the Israelites prepared to continue their journey through the wilderness. The cloud stayed over the tabernacle by day, and fire was over it by night. Leviticus describes the way to worship the Lord and refers to the Levitical priesthood, the sons of the tribe of Levi through Moses' brother Aaron and his sons, and their duties in tending to the worship of the Lord. This is perhaps the most difficult book to understand, as our modern sensibilities are so different from the ancient mindset. For that reason, it is a difficult book to read. It should be noted that at that time, there was no mortal king governing the Israelites. God himself is the king of the Israelites and the giver of the law in all matters, spiritual and secular, through Moses. Within the Orthodox Christian perspective, God continues to live among his people, this time in the tabernacle. The one of the Holy Trinity that speaks and lives among the people in the tent of the tabernacle is the second person of the Holy Trinity, who is Jesus Christ before his incarnation in the New Testament. Leviticus chapters 1 through 7 deal with sacrifices, offering for the Lord. Historians believe that by the time the temple in Jerusalem was destroyed by the Romans in 70 AD, animal sacrifices were discontinued for the Israelites. The overarching theme is that God loves his people and does not want them to be separated from him through sin. The fall of mankind in Genesis made mankind weak, vulnerable, and subject to death. Therefore, God provides the means for atoning for sin and provides forgiveness so his people can be restored to holiness and reconciled to him. This is realized more completely in the New Testament with the incarnation of Jesus Christ, his life, crucifixion, resurrection, and ascension. The sacrificial nature of atoning for sin leads to the incarnation, Jesus Christ being fully human and fully divine in the New Testament, where mankind's fallen humanity is joined to the Lord's divinity and ultimately raised to the heights of God at the resurrection and the ascension. In the book of Leviticus, salt is an interesting additive to grain offerings in the Old Testament. Salt has been used since antiquity not only to season foods, but also to preserve foods, to use as a disinfectant, and to replenish essential electrolytes in the body. Salt is necessary for life, and in very hot regions or when work is very hard, the electrolytes of the body may become depleted, and salt is necessary to replenish those electrolytes. In the Orthodox Church, when the bread offering, called prosphora in the Greek tradition, is made, only 4 ingredients are used: flour, water, salt, and yeast. In the Old Testament, yeast was omitted and unleavened bread was used. In fact, many Christian churches today use unleavened bread. In the Orthodox Church, however, yeast is used. Some theologians say that is because the New Testament is the fulfillment of the Old Testament, so leavened bread is used for the offering bread. Orthodox theologians have also said that because the Lord was resurrected, the rising of the bread symbolizes the resurrection. Chapters 8 through 10 deal with the consecration of the Levitical priests, and we've already discussed that at some length earlier in the Bible study. Chapters 11 through 15 are laws defining clean and unclean for the people. From a practical standpoint, this is actually an important consideration for a multitude of people living together in temporary living situations in the wilderness. Whenever someone showed a sign of a sore or illness, the priests were called to assess the illness and discern whether or not the illness was potentially fatally contagious to others, with leprosy being the primary concern. As a matter of fact, anointment of oil for cleansing and consecration is still used today in the sacraments of the Orthodox Church, the sacraments of baptism, chrismation, and holy unction.